Joe Burrow needs toe surgery. He is at a minimum of 3 months. It is official. He's going to have that toe surgery, and he's going to be lost. Now, the question will be whether he'll be back this season, but there's a real possibility that Joe Burrow has played his last down this season for the Bengals. He's going to obviously want to try to come back early and sooner, but that is going to be challenging to do. He needs the surgery. It is official. He's going to be out. The Bengals season has been remade, and he's going to be lost for an indefinite period here.
Okay, so you were seeing the sausage get made live on TV here. We're just getting this at the same moment that you are, so let's focus on this. We'll come back to the other games in a minute, but let's focus on this. I don't know what the right things to say are about this. To me, the Bengals have absolutely no chance. They are a team that, with Joe Burrow, is a Super Bowl contender, no matter how average their defense may be, because he's just that level of good. Without him, I don't even think this is a playoff team. Brad.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Look, the Browning kid can get through. What are you going to get? Win half the games? If he's your quarterback, we'll see. But, yeah, this is – I mean, you can't take this player away from Cincinnati and expect to get in the playoffs. It's unfortunate. They have a 2-0 start, but, forget it.
It's just harder this time if I'm a player in the locker room. It's just harder for my coach to get up in front of me and tell me all the mental toughness and discipline and teamwork that we need now that Joe Burrow's not here, because we've done it over and over again. I mean, in the past 3-4 years that we're just used to him not being there, and we give it everything we have. We were thinking this was the year here. This was the year that Joe would be with us the entire season, and let's do this. But again, we got to put more on our plate defensively for every single unit, and it's just hard.
Here again is a list of some of the injuries we've seen. 2020 was his rookie year. He started out strong, but then had the knee. The following year, he, as beat up as he got, he led that team all the way to the Super Bowl. Then in 2023, he missed the second half of the season with the wrist injury, and then now this injury that Schefter reports he will need the surgery and will be out a minimum of 3 months. Here's the play in which it happened. You knew it was bad immediately. I'll repeat that all the football players I was watching with yesterday all said they need to change the name of the injury, turf toe, because it makes fans have the impression that just doesn't sound so bad. Nothing called turf toe could be that bad. This is a very significant injury, and as Schefter reports, it will require surgery. Teddy, I'm trying to do the math in my head. Were you still there the year that Brady got hurt in the first game of the season?
I was. Yeah.
So what? Can you? So this was the year after your team went perfect and loses in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You come back, Brady gets knocked out for the season. The first week of the year, take me to that. What is the mentality of a player like yourself?
That's like the first serious injury Tom had ever had, and we were coming off of a great season. I mean, we still have a really great team. Matt Castle comes in, we still go 11-5, but that's a great team that's still there. This Bengal team was struggling to finish last year. This is a team that, you have all of your sort of faculties in this receiving core, in scoring 30 points, 40 points a game. I mean, you can't do that anymore. I mean, Browning, you're right, Rex, he can get things done and he can be capable, but in terms of having offensive production, dealing with a defense that's been average of late is going to be very, very
Final word, D. Wood.
I just go back to, I'm putting myself as a player in the locker room right now, and you get in the news, my guy's going to be out maybe the whole season. The whole season. We had, you worked so hard, off season, training camp, this point, and now my guy is down once again. I just, Joe Burrow, last year we wasted an all-time season, and now following up this year, maybe could miss the whole season.
Any final word, Schefter, again, with the breaking news live right here on the program that Burrow will need the surgery on his toe. Anything left to add?
I think that it's just devastating for this team. A quarterback that's so good, they spend so much money on those wide receivers. Again, the offensive line has struggled to protect Joe Burrow the way that he did. And if we look at Joe Burrow's record as the Bengals quarterback, when he starts, they're 40-30-1 and average 25.3 points per game. Without Joe Burrow, they are 6-8 and average 19.9. So you're talking about essentially a touchdown difference per game, which is going to put more pressure on a defense that already had some question marks, which is going to take a team that would have contended for the Super Bowl and now leave it in a spot where they're going to fight to make the playoffs.
Terrible. Obviously, it's just terrible. I mean, it doesn't matter what team you root for or whatever it is. No one. When great football players aren't playing football, everybody loses. So that's just terrible news, and it's unfortunate as we bring it to you here. We were doing Lions, Bears. Lions were great. Bears were awful. We'll come back and finish. Comes from Cincinnati.
Well, listen, the Chiefs are 0-2, but they might be in a position that is even better than the Cincinnati Bengals, who oddly enough are 2-0 for the first time since 2018 and have lost their quarterback. Now, we don't know exactly how long he's going to be out, but he's going to be out, and there's the real possibility that it's going to be an extended period, possibly even for the season. They're still going over the images of his MRI. They're still looking at the turf toe injury he suffered yesterday. But if he needs surgery, and that's certainly a real possibility, if that happens, he will be out a minimum of 3 months. So we are now on September 15th. 3 months from now will be December 15th. That puts us at the end of the season. Who knows whether they would be alive in the chase for a playoff spot if Joe Burrow is out until December 15th. And you hate to see any quarterbacks go down, but Joe Burrow has taken a beating throughout his entire career. There are a litany of injuries that he's had to fight through from the moment he was drafted. In 2020, it was all the knee injuries when he was getting hammered in the pocket. There was the right wrist injury in 2023. Now there's the turf toe with the full extent of the damage and the time is still to be determined.
And every football player, I was watching the game with all of you guys after Countdown yesterday, every one of them said turf toe is the worst named injury in the world because it makes it sound like nothing, but it's actually an incredibly severe, painful, and significant injury, and it could cost the Bengals and their quarterback the season. Rex, what's your first takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've seen careers ended on turf toe. All right, Bart Scott, Jonathan Ogden, who's only a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Right.
I mean, this thing it's no joke, especially when you're a quarterback and things. But I think there's a bigger problem here. I think the problem is you've got these weapons and all that. That's great. How about we prioritize protecting our quarterback? It drives me crazy. You get all these five guys out in the route. They don't protect the damn quarterback. And so Cincinnati, you've done it since this kid came in the league. All right, we get it. He's a phenomenal talent. Let's go protection first with this guy. You've got two great edge guys. How many damn wideouts you need out there? So to me, I mean, they got to take a deep dive at themselves and say, we're going nowhere without this quarterback.
You know, first thing for me is like, I think of last year how they wasted an all-time great season, and now we find ourselves in a situation again where the quarterback is going to miss significant time. And just to echo what you talk about, Rex, like, none of these weapons mean anything if you can't keep your guy upright on the field. None of it. Yeah. You've poured all this money into your receiving core, but the most fundamental thing, as far as blocking and protecting your quarterback, you're failing.
You want to see him play. You want to see Joe Burrow play, but I mean, injury prone is what he's been. It's obviously what he is now. I mean, Browning is capable. I mean, but it's can they even compete now for that division? It's going to be very hard for the Bengals.
Hembo pointed out their pass block win rate per ESPN research since Joe Burrow came into the league: 29th and 20, 30th and 21, 30th and 22, 27th and 23, 32nd and 24, and 28th this year.
So there it is. It's as simple as that. And that's a recipe to getting this brilliant young player beat up and their season right now hanging by a thread. We're just getting started. As we continue, more of yesterday's scintillating action, including the